You know that feeling, right? The workday's technically over. Maybe you've just shut the laptop or, you've battled the commute.
Yeah.
But you're home, physically done, and yet your brain is just buzzing.
Oh, yeah. Still going a mile a minute.
Totally. Replaying meetings, worrying about tomorrow, or just that low-level hum of, stress. You're out, but your mind is definitely still in.
It's like finding the off switch is impossible sometimes, isn't it? That transition from work intensity to just being present, actually relaxing in the evening.
Exactly. Your nervous system just feels stuck in, overdrive, that fight or flight thing, even when you're just trying to eat dinner or chat.
And it feels like it's gotten worse for a lot of folks, hasn't it? Especially, with so many working from home now.
Right. We lost that built-in buffer, the commute.
Yeah, that natural separation is gone.
Yeah.
So the office is maybe 5 steps from the sofa, and that mental line gets really blurry.
So that's exactly what we're diving into today. We've looked at a whole range of stuff, research on stress, expert advice from therapists, coaches, plus stories from people who've really struggled with this.
And our mission here is basically to figure out why unwinding is, not just nice, but actually necessary.
Yeah, and spot the common traps that keep us stressed out.
And then, crucially, find some really practical ways, some strategies you can actually use to build your own routine, your own way to de-stress fast and get back to your life.
Okay, so let's start right there. Why is unwinding so important? Is it just a nice to have, or is it something we genuinely need?
Oh, it's absolutely crucial. Think about it. Work stress is, it's huge in modern life.
Yeah.
Now, a little bit of stress, acute stress, that can be good, helps you focus, hit a deadline.
Correct.
But what we're often swimming in is that chronic, constant stress. And that stuff is genuinely harmful.
Harmful how, though? What happens if you don't switch off properly?
Well, it really wears down your whole system. Physically, mentally, physically, you see things like tension headaches, sleep getting totally messed up, insomnia, digestive problems, and long-term, it can contribute to bigger issues like higher blood pressure, weaker immune system. And then mentally, that constant on feeling, it just fuels anxiety, makes you more irritable.
Snappy.
Totally snappy, more prone to feeling down, depressed even. It just grinds down your patience, your resilience. When your nervous system is constantly redlining, there are real consequences.
So it keeps you stuck in that primitive fight or flight mode.
Precisely. And the point of unwinding properly isn't just hoping the stress magically fades. It's about actively triggering what scientists call the relaxation response.
Okay, what's that?
It's basically the physiological opposite of fight or flight. It's a state of deep rest. Your heart rate slows, blood pressure drops, breathing gets deeper. It lets your body and mind actually recover, find balance again. It's like an active counterattack against stress.
Got it. So we're not just trying to stop feeling stressed. We're actively trying to cultivate calm. What are the payoff benefits if you actually manage this?
Oh, the benefits are huge, and they kind of snowball. Better sleep, definitely. Falling asleep faster, staying asleep longer.
That alone sounds worth it.
Right. And less overall anxiety and stress. Your mood generally lifts, you have more energy in the evenings. It helps your relationships too, because you're actually present, not just a stressed out shell thinking about work.
Makes sense.
It's vital for preventing burnout, which is, a massive risk with chronic stress. And here's a really interesting bit. Consistently hitting that relaxation response, recovering properly, it can actually make you sharper, more productive the next day.
Oh, interesting. So resting helps you work better later.
Your brain needs that downtime to function at its best. You can't just keep draining the battery without recharging.
Totally true. Okay, so before we get into the how-tos, let's talk about what goes wrong. What are the common mistakes, the pitfalls that stop people from unwinding effectively?
Good question. Sometimes just knowing the traps helps you sidestep them. The biggest one, easily. Bringing work home.
The classic.
And really bringing it home, still checking emails, pinging messages, or just letting work thoughts completely dominate your headspace hours after you've supposedly clocked off.
Just one more email trap. Yeah. I know it well.
Don't we all? Back when more people commuted, that journey created a physical and mental gap.
Right, a buffer.
Exactly. Now, if your desk is in the living room corner, that line is just gone. It's so easy to stay logged in, mentally if not physically. One source pointed out people end up doing hours of unpaid work just because they never truly switch off. You absolutely have to draw a line, even if it's just mental at first, but ideally reinforced by an action.
That really hits home when the laptop is right there.
What else?
What other traps?
Another big one is feeling like your downtime still needs to be super productive or like optimized for achievement.
And you mean?
Like, okay, work's done, but instead of doing something genuinely relaxing, you feel you have to immediately go smash the hardest workout or start a really demanding online course or tackle some huge DIY project.
Okay. That constant pressure to be
Yeah,
improving or doing something valuable, even when you're off the clock.
exactly. And look, those things are great goals, part of life, but if you're already mentally fried from work, sometimes what you really need isn't another tough task. It's just simple pleasure or rest.
Right.
The trap is prioritizing what you think you should do over what you actually enjoy or find genuinely relaxing right then. Sometimes, honestly. Just zoning out with a comfort show or playing a game is the most effective way to switch off, even if it doesn't feel productive in that traditional sense.
That's a really key distinction.
Yeah.
Noble goals versus just necessary rest or fun. What's another mistake?
Ignoring your body, just failing to listen when you're tired, physically or mentally. Pushing through exhaustion instead of hearing your body say, hey, I need a break.
Like burning the candle at both ends, sacrificing sleep.
Sleep is absolutely fundamental. If you're regularly staying up late, running on empty, you're just making it harder to recover. You got to pay attention to those signals, irritability, brain fog, actual physical tension. There's signs you need to prioritize unwinding and rest.
And then there are the less healthy ways people try to cope.
Yeah, the unhealthy coping mechanisms. Relying on too much junk food, maybe drinking more than you should, smoking, or even just that endless, mindless scrolling that doesn't actually rest you.
Right, it just numbs you for a bit.
Exactly. It might offer a fleeting distraction, but it doesn't trigger that good relaxation response we talked about. Often, they just make things worse later, create new problems. They're definitely not sustainable ways to unwind.
Okay, so avoiding those pitfalls, keeping work separate, not forcing productive relaxation, listening to your body, choosing healthy coping strategies, that's the foundation. Now, let's get practical. The how. You mentioned this idea of a specific transition ritual.
Yes. This came up again and again. It's a really powerful idea. Someone even mentioned their therapist recommended it. The basic concept is you consciously create a routine, a ritual that acts as a clear signal to your brain, okay, work is done now.
So it replaces that lost commute in a way.
Exactly. It fills that gap with a deliberate action that helps you mentally switch gears.
So it's not just stopping work, but actively starting the transition.
Precisely. And it doesn't need to be complicated or take ages. Consistency is the key. Simple things like physically changing out of your work clothes, especially if you work from home in comfy stuff all day. Just changing can create a real mental shift.
I can see that.
Or taking a specific walk, like right after you close the laptop, around the block, whatever. Using movement to create that break.
And I guess even just the act of properly shutting down the computer, clearing the desk, and physically leaving the workspace, moving to another room, if you're WFH, that creates a boundary too.
It absolutely does create that physical separation. There was a really nice personal example in the sources too. Someone made a ritual of putting on calming music, slowing their pace right down, and starting dinner prep before the rest of the family got home.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah, it wasn't just about making food. It was about creating a calm, present headspace to welcome them, signaling, okay, work is done. I'm home now. It's about finding that small sequence of actions that works for you as your personal off switch.
That makes a lot of sense. Grounding yourself. Okay, so the ritual signals the end.
Yeah.
What techniques can people then weave into that post-work time to really encourage relaxation?
Right. There's a whole toolkit here for mind and body. Movement is definitely high on the list.
But not necessarily hitting the gym hard every single day.
Not necessarily, no. Any physical activity helps, but even just a short walk after work is fantastic. It helps burn off stress hormones, clears your head, gets the blood flowing in a good way, builds resilience, and actually helps you sleep better later. And one interesting point was about rhythmic exercise, like walking, cycling, swimming. If you do it mindfully, focusing on the rhythm, your breath, the sensations, it can be incredibly calming, almost like a moving meditation.
Getting out of your head into your body.
Exactly. Then there's mindfulness in breathing. Just focusing on the present is such a powerful way to stop your mind racing about work stuff, past or future.
And deep breathing is super accessible, right?
Totally. Learning to breathe from your belly Diaphragmatic breathing instead of shallow chest breaths. It boosts oxygen, helps release physical tension, slows the heart rate right down. Simple techniques like box breathing, in for 4, hold for 4, out for 4, hold for 4, or even just a few minutes focusing only on the feeling of breathing can make a quick difference.
Are there deeper mindfulness things people could try?
Oh, yeah. Guided meditations are great, lots of apps for that. Or body scan meditations, just bringing awareness to different parts of your body, noticing sensations without judging them. There was even this cool visualization mentioned. Picture stress as a tight red ball in your gut. Then, with each slow exhale, imagine that ball loosening, shrinking, maybe turning into red smoke that just drifts away. That kind of imagery can be surprisingly good at releasing tension.
That's a powerful image.
Look.
Shifting from internal stuff, what about our actual surroundings? How does our environment play into this?
Hugely. Our space really affects our mental state. I mean, think about clutter. It often makes us feel stressed, overwhelmed, right?
Definitely.
So conversely, an organized, calming space can actively help you relax. Tidying up a bit isn't just neatness, it's literally a stress reduction tactic.
So decluttering is self-care.
It absolutely can be. Creating a more relaxing home vibe helps. Tips included maybe just tackling small, visible areas first for a quick win. Adding plants, there's actual research showing they lower stress and boost mood. Thinking about lighting, too. Softy lamps instead of harsh overheads. Maybe using calming colors. Or even just setting up a dedicated relaxation spot, like a comfy chair near a window or a corner with a cushion. A physical cue that this is a space for unwinding.
Making your home feel more like a sanctuary.
Exactly. And speaking of finding joy, actively doing hobbies you genuinely love.
Back to the enjoyment versus should-do point.
Precisely. Spending time on things that just nourish you, that you do purely for fun. That's a powerful way to shift focus. Reading a real book, gardening, playing music, drawing, puzzles, cooking something delicious.
Or just quality time with people or pets.
Absolutely. Undistracted time. These things use different parts of your brain, give you that satisfying engagement that's totally separate from work demands.
Okay, and I know aromatherapy comes up a lot in stress relief circles. What's the deal there?
Yeah, there's definitely growing interest and some science behind how scents affect our brain and emotions through, the sense of smell. Inhaling certain essential oils can have calming or mood-lifting effects.
Which ones typically get mentioned?
Well, lavender is the classic for relaxation. Chamomile, too. Citrus oils like bergamot or sweet orange are often seen as uplifting but also calming. Rose, frankincense, jasmine, sandalwood, those often come up for stress relief.
Sounds good, but I feel like there are probably some caveats.
Oh, absolutely. Really important ones. Essential oils are concentrated, powerful things. You must dilute them with a carrier oil, like coconut or jojoba, before putting them on your skin.
Right.
They're flammable, keep away from flames. Never, ever swallow them unless a specifically qualified professional tells you to, which is very rare.
Got it.
Be super careful with pets and kids. Many oils are toxic to them. And check for contraindications if you have asthma, bad allergies, epilepsy, migraines, if you're pregnant, or on certain meds. It's crucial to do your homework or check with a doctor. Think of it as a complementary tool, not a cure-all or replacement for medical advice.
That's a really vital warning.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got movement, mind techniques, sorting our space, hobbies, maybe scents. Quite the toolkit.
And these aren't just for right after work. They flow into the evening, helping you prep for sleep, that final stage of unwinding.
Setting the stage for good rest.
Exactly. Having a deliberate pre-sleep routine, like giving yourself a little turn-down service, optimizing the bedroom, dark, cool, comfy bed ready, maybe white noise, maybe a diffuser with something calming like lavender again, carefully.
Even just changing into PJs can be part of that signal, right?
For sure. Another sensory cue for rest, and a huge one that came up repeatedly. Limiting screen time for an hour or two before bed. That blue light really messes with melatonin, your sleep hormone.
Yeah, that's a tough one for many.
One practical tip was literally having a box outside the bedroom to put your phone in overnight. Removes the temptation. Getting good restorative sleep is just non-negotiable for handling stress, and that evening wind-down routine is key.
This is all brilliant. So many options. But how do you actually make it stick? You can feel like just another thing to add to a busy evening.
That's the final crucial step, consistency. And the most important thing here is that the best technique. It's personal. It's about experimenting, finding what genuinely resonates with you, what feels doable, what you actually enjoy, what fits your life right now.
So progress over perfection. Finding your thing.
Exactly that. Consistency beats intensity every time. Even just 10 or 15 dedicated minutes can make a real difference. Try scheduling it loosely, maybe. Or even better, weave it into stuff you already do. Like practice that deep breathing while you're washing dishes. Be mindful of the sounds and sights on your walk home. Notice the feeling of your feet on the floor when you first walk in the door. Anchor yourself in those small moments.
Find the pockets of time.
Yeah, and just be patient. Building habits takes practice. Some days it won't happen or not perfectly. That's okay. The goal isn't zero stress or a flawless routine. It's just progress. Keep coming back to the things that help you create that boundary, release the tension, and shift into rest and presence.
This deep dive really brings it home. Unwinding isn't some optional reward. It's essential for staying well and effective.
Right.
We've hit the why, how chronic stress messes us up, and how the relaxation response helps.
Right.
We've flagged those common pitfalls: work creep, the productive relaxation pressure trap, ignoring our bodies, unhealthy coping. And we've explored this fantastic toolkit: transition rituals, movement, mindfulness, breathing, fixing our space, enjoying hobbies, maybe aromatherapy, and crucially, winding down for sleep.
And the main takeaway really is, it's your personal recipe to figure out. Try things, see what clicks for you to genuinely switch off and recharge.
So here's a final thought for you to chew on. What is giving yourself that permission, that consistent time to truly switch off after work? What if it isn't just about feeling less frazzled in the evenings?
Interesting.
What if that regular recovery actually unlocks more creativity, more energy, more presence across your whole life, including back at work? What could actually be possible if you made being fully recharged a priority?
Something definitely worth thinking about.
Thank you for joining us on this deep dive.